To start with, can you confirm whether or not the collection of the terminal handling charges have been suspended or halted?
My brother, you know what? Because this whole terminal handling charges has not been steeped in a very grounded situation. Everything about it is on the run. Like, you hear this today, tomorrow you hear
it's floating, it's hanging.
Yeah. You see, what we know as I speak with you, we do not have a very definitive situation as to whether all the shipping lines have stopped charging, or because at the time when they were even charging, some were not charging. And all the interventions that have come, I mean, it has been repudiated one way or the other until the president's final pronouncement on Friday.
Okay.
So as we speak with you, we have our men on the ground, and we have not had any correspondence from the shipping, the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana, as to whether they have been able to bring the president's pronouncement to bear on their members.
Of the terminal handling charges, no?
I guess the minister's directive will also carry that same weight, my brother.
So then, why isn't there that certainty that all of them have suspended it? Because from what you're saying, you're not sure whether all of them are abiding by it, because there's a possibility some may still be collecting it.
You know, we have quite a bit of them around. And because this thing was not, like I said earlier, normed from them. I mean, this one will be charging, this one will not be charging. We are policing it, but it's quite a tricky thing, you know. You have to wait for someone to be administered with the charge before you can openly come out and say, oh, this one is still flouting the orders of the president or not. And it will take a bit in doing. But what we want to believe is that if their agency, I mean, they are overbearing, or they are overarching agency, which is the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana, can come out with a definitive notice to all of us, then we will take it from.
Clearly are a major stakeholder in all of this debate.
In fact, they have the law to even admit the fee or not, whether it is in the first place legitimate, or the quantum or the levels of the fee, whether it is admissible to be charged or not. Seriously speaking, I don't know, this is not a novelty situation, you know, so one would have expected that we would have had all our arguments in place against all of this, but here we are dealing with this thing as if this is the first time we have had the shipping line towing such an arbitrary road. They've done it. They've been doing it all these while.
Yeah, but my final question to you, Mr. Appiah, would be, for those who are still collecting, or as it stands now, you are unsure, but wouldn't it be helpful if you're able to find the few who may not be going according to this order, so then they can be dealt with accordingly?
By close of day, we surely will get this, because we have our men on the ground who will feed us more information. But trust you me, we've not seen the end of these agitations and the pleadings that we are putting into the public domain. This is not the end of it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for speaking with us. Ofosu Appiah is the president of the Freight Forwarders Association of Ghana. So if you're just joining us, the story is that the Ghana Ship Owners Association and operators say that they have halted the collection of terminal handling charges after a directive from the president. Now, the shipping lines had earlier defied a directive given by President John Dramani Mahama to halt the collection of these charges. But from what we just heard from Ofosu Appiah, there is the possibility that not all the shipping lines have suspended the collection. And we also are pretty much aware that the Ghana Shippers Authority, for instance, have also over the period ensured that the directive of the president is adhered to the letter. Let's go on to the phone lines again. We have Adams Imoro Ayana. He is a ship owner, and he's with the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana. Adams, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you.
Your outfit has been blamed, as in the ship owners. Some of them have been blamed of flouting the direct order from the presidency that they should suspend the collection of the THCs, that's the terminal handling charges. Have you suspended the collection?
Yes, please. It has been suspended.
Since when?
I'm not sure of when the president made the statement, but I think it came to attention on Friday, and on Monday, shipping lines met, contacted their principals, and then they all confirmed of suspending the charges whilst we engage the authorities.
If you can help us with some numbers, how many shipping lines are under your association?
Our association has a number of 16 shipping agencies, but you shouldn't forget that some of these agencies hold agency for about 2 or 3 other lines.
Okay.
So in general, there are 16 agencies.
And from where you stand and with the authority with which you speak, you can confirm that all 16 have suspended the collection of the THCs?
Yes, I can confirm to you that all members of Ship Owners and Agents Association have suspended the charge whilst we engage with the authorities. There was
before the president spoke, the Transport Minister Fifi Kwete had also issued a similar statement, which clearly should carry the same weight as the president, because he is the president's representative when it comes to transport. But since his statement came out about a month or 2 ago, we were still told that some of the shipping lines were collecting the charges. Can you confirm or deny this?
I can't confirm nor deny it. I'm sure there might have been some issues, and there might be an issue of understanding or appreciating of what the minister put out. Because if you read what the minister clearly put out, he acknowledged that there are certain costs that he appreciates that the shipping lines bear, and it's part of their freight. So his directive, which also was an advice to the shipping lines, was that factor it into the freight for the shipper to decide, so that finally it becomes a decision between the shipper and the consignee to decide on where what is paid.
Right.
But what it is the shipping lines, what they announced was that they were just changing the structure of their freight, because previously it was an all-included flat rate. And because of all dynamics in pricing, they had to separate it so that people will know what they are paying for the actual basic ocean freight, the auxiliary charges, and the surcharges.
Okay, and we a few seconds ago just spoke to Mr. Ofosu-Appiah. He is the president of the Freight Forwarders Association. He has also raised a few concerns, saying that some of your members are still charging, and by close of day today, they are very likely to get the final list and see those who are flouting this directive.
You see, that would be fantastic. And when people start using flouting and all that, it's unfortunate, because we all find ourselves in the same industry, and there's a platform and an avenue for people to engage. Suffice to say, don't forget something. That is the real shippers, that is the importers and the exporters who are customers to the shipping line.
Right.
The freight forwarders are intermediaries. They act on behalf of some of these importers and receivers. And shipping lines always engage with their customers. And if there's any issue, it's trashed out. So I don't see why people cannot come to the table to seek redress or seek clarification, or if there is any error, for it to be corrected, but then sit elsewhere and talk. It's not healthy for the country.
Okay, we thank you, and hopefully by close of day we'll get to have some finality brought to this issue. We've been speaking with Adam Simoro Ayana. He's a Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana. He's an executive there, giving us this side of the story. But this is still Midday Live on TV3.